I've always wanted to play this piece in the style of Sérgio Mendes and copy some of his groovy moves that he uses in his famous recording with Brasil 66. And the way that he plays is so cool. It's like a crossover between bossa, Latin jazz and funk, and even a little bluesy. You know, the way that he plays the accompaniment part is super hip. This piece has a few parts. It's got this super cool groovy intro. Then there's 4 sections, A, B, C, and D, but really B and D are almost identical. I'm going to be using a capo on the 1st fret just to match the key of the recording, which is an F minor. And I think it works great for this arrangement, but you know, you can choose to play with capo or not. But the main thing is I'm going to be referring to the notes as if there wasn't a capo. So the open strings are going to sound with the capo, but I'm going to be referring to them as if they're just open strings. So let's take a look at the introduction. This is really based on a 2-bar pattern, and we're really just grooving on E minor and A. And playing it isn't all that difficult if you get the counting. So let's go over the counting first, because that's usually where people get stuck. And the actual riff starts on the 3rd beat of the pickup bar, 2 beats before the start of it. So the count goes 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So we're going to repeat the introduction 4 times, and then on the 4th time we just go into the A major chord like that. Again. Last time we've resolved into the A major chord, and that's the introduction. So up tempo sounds like this. And notice that the F sharp on the 4th fret, it just adds a bit of flavor, but it's really just a grace note. So release it. Once you play that note, just release it, because we want to resolve to the G. Then we're into the A section. The A section has this long held note. And what's quite cool about this is that you have these kind of groovy rhythms that contrast with this long melody that just builds. Of course, on the guitar we can't hold the note for that long. This will eventually die away, but you really have to try to let that note ring for as long as possible. I'll play slowly so that you can follow along. Then we get into the B section, which is actually the most famous part, where the words actually mean something. And we have Mais que nada, which is the title of the piece. It's basically saying, and what, so what? It's like, Mais que nada, sai da minha frente que eu quero passar. And basically we're just vamping on B7, sharp 9, and E minor. So let me play slowly so you can follow along. Now here I'm doing a kind of a bar. When I play the B7 sharp 9, I'm doing a half bar of my finger 1 so I can reach the C. Rather than having to do that. At the end, we play a B7 with just 3 fingers. bar, and then A minor. Whenever there's a static E minor chord, you can groove on. You can kind of improvise a nice groovy rhythm. And then we're into the C section, and here we have a few more chords. It's talking about how the samba it's made of an African rhythm called maracatu. And I'll play slowly without the lyrics so you can follow along. And then essentially we're back into the B section, but the lyrics are slightly different. Mas que nada, samba como esse tão legal, você não vai querer que eu chegue no final. Now I'll play the D section slow so you can follow along. And then essentially we're back to the A section and we repeat all of it again. And at the very end he just does a kind of a vamp on E minor. And you know that the song just fades out. That's it guys, I hope this was a useful lesson. Tabs for everything that I played today will be up on our Patreon page. We have a sheet with just the melody line in case you want to sing, as well as the full arrangement and the backing track for you to practice along. Do check it out if you're interested. It's patreon.com/altguitar. Please do subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. Click that like button if you like the lesson, and don't forget the notifications bell. Thanks so much for supporting us guys, and see you soon.